Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do a realistic hair extension. As you can see, this is the length of my hair before I add in the extensions. So as you can see, at this time it's like about like 4 inches, and I want to make my hair look longer and fuller and just more length, and I'm going to make my natural hair look like this. So I'm going to go and break down the process of how I'm going to do it. First, I'm prepping my hair, and running my fingers, and I'm going to separate it into sections and braid them. So I'm going to just, I usually do this, I like run my fingers through it and stuff. I like playing with my hair, but it's important to do it. Okay, now that I've done that, I officially separated out my hair. I believe I separated out into, these are very important sections. I separated two top sections in the front that are like in a row, like a cornrow, but it's more like a braid. So I took a row of hair and I braided into like a braid, and I did two of them on the top of my head and then one on the side of my head. I took a section of the hair in the front of my hair, and then the rest I basically did them in a cornrow. I know they're not the best cornrows, but a girl's learning. So now I grab my hair extensions. These are the types of hair. This is actually braiding hair. That's a fun fact. People use regular hair for this, but I use braiding hair, and I crochet the back of my hair. I crochet all of my cornrows in my hair. I take a strand and I crochet it into my cornrows. I do not crochet it in the free strand of braids. I crochet it into my cornrows. Yes, you can see the pieces of work of my cornrows, but it really doesn't matter to me because nobody's gonna see that because it's gonna get lost amongst the thick hair. And as you can see, I take a strand, I stick the hair into the strand, and then I attach the strand to the hook that is linked within the braid. Like you have to stick the hook into, like, you have to insert the hook into the braid, in the cornrow braid. My best advice to you is to do not insert the hook in unhatched. Make sure the hook is closed before you stick it in the braid, or you'll get the hook caught in your hair, especially if you have really thick, coarse hair like mine. I think this may even apply to people who have fine, thinner hair. It will mess up your hair. So regardless of your hair type, I highly recommend do not sticking that hook in with the lash open. Usually, I mean, like, some people, depending on how good you are with your skills, you could like stick the hook in without closing it, but that's if you have a lot cleaner braids. But I don't. They're a little bit more, need more work done. So my best advice to you, especially if you're a beginner at all of this, is to make sure you take as much safety precautions as you possibly can and hook them fairly. One funny thing I did one time when I was in college was I used an actual crochet hook, that the one you use for school and stuff, to crochet my hair when I was in college, because I did not have a crochet hook at the time, so I had to use some of my fashion tools, and I had a crochet hook, like the actual crochet hook. It's funny how they actually both still work the same way, except the crochet hook did catch and snag my hair, but because it wasn't as sharp as a professional or a popper one you use for your hair, it wasn't such a tangled up mess. As you can see, I'm continuously still adding more hair on, and I repeat this process about rows after rows after rows. If you're wondering how long this will probably take you a good 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. The fastest I've ever gotten this done was, yeah, it took me 3 hours. Like, that's the fastest I ever completed it. And I do include, when I say that time, I do include braiding the hair, because I'm not saying I'm a fast braider, because actually I'm not. I'm just saying, like, the reason why I was able to get it done so fast is because I quickly, like, I knew what I needed to do. I needed to get what I needed to get done. But this process does take a while, and if you and you can keep them in for a fairly long period of time. I try to get and I love, the best part about this hairstyle is that it looks really natural. Like, the first time I did this, a lot of my friends, like, these are friends that have known me for like 10 plus 15 plus years. Even some of them know me, like, one of them known me for like at least a good 20 years of my life, and they were completely shocked when I told them that this was added on hair, because they literally thought this was my hair. And honestly, I understand why they thought it was my hair, is because I never did any hair processing things. Like, I never pressed my hair in my entire life. The only thing that has been done to my hair is a blow dryer. I never flat ironed my hair. I never gave my hair a perm. I never wore a sew-in. So me wearing this type of hair the way it was, and the fact, the texture, and the way I took care of it, and the way I just left it, it was so believable. The first time I actually did this hairstyle, it was with my best friend Chelsea. She did it for me. My mom braided my hair down. It was a lot neater, and my friend Chelsea came in and she crocheted it, and it was so beautiful. She told me, and this is what I, and actually this tip that I did at the end, I learned from her, which was to leave a lot of your hair open. Do not crochet the whole thing down, which is what you see right now. Like, the only place I'm crocheting is all of the back of my head, the side hair, like the edges and stuff, and the front top, the two braids at the top of my head are not going to be crocheted at all. They're going to be left out. And what I do every day is, what I do every night is braid up those sections of hair, moisturize them, and stretch them out. And then just, and in the morning time, I just take them down, and it just looks so natural. And if you don't even feel like doing, like, taking it out or doing that whole thing, you could simply just, like, leave the braids in and put a bandana over it, and it still looks really good. Like, it's amazing. And if you know how to do your hair well, you can, like, take those four sections in the front of your head and braid them in a way where it looks like your hair is being braided back into in a different form. So as you can see, yeah, it did not, like, I remember, like, this really did not take that long. And the more times you do this hairstyle, the faster it goes. So, like, my fastest time actually completing this whole style was 3 hours. I'm pretty sure if I do it again, it's gonna take me most likely maybe 2.5 hours, because I'm getting better and faster at braiding and doing my hair, and I might change some things about it. Like, one thing I learned I think this is my third time doing my hair like this, is to trim the edges, like, because they have like that plastic fake hair look to it, the feel of it. So my advice to you is to trim the hair. And my advice to you is to trim the hair consistently. Don't just trim it the first time when you first install this hair in. Trim your hair at least about once a week, or like 3 times a week, because this is fake hair, so it sheds, it gets bunched up, and it's supposed to mimic black women's hair. So it can get a little, there could be some sections of the synthetic hair that can get balled up due to the fact that it is not of natural properties of, because it's not real hair, it's just fake hair. So it's going to like because it's made out of polymer, and I know you don't know what polymer is, but I'm saying polymer, polyester, which is like and I'm saying polymer, polyester. Actually, wait, that's the same thing. Sorry, these are terms that I've learned when I was in my textile school, and it does relate to hair because it's all made of the same type of blend, which is the polymer 5. So you have to like trim it off because you can't fix it like how you can fix your regular hair. Like if your hair gets a little tangled up, because sometimes mine does, you can't necessarily fix it with a cream or with a brush, or just simply detangle it with your fingers, because this is not natural hair. This is 100% fake hair, so it's not going to react the way normal hair reacts. So my best advice to you is trimming it. At night, I also recommend, because it is mimicking black hair, please braid up the sections of the fake hair, just so they do not get tangled up. It does decrease the shedding and the tangles you might find in your hair. So it will reduce it. So please braid up this hair like you would do your regular hair. So, and also moisturize it. You don't have to use your leave-in conditioners. I wholeheartedly do not believe in using hair products on fake hair, because it's just fake hair. It's not gonna do. I just don't. I mean, like, if I was a hairstylist and I had more knowledge on this, I would probably say I would have a different opinion. But the way I look at it is, this is fake hair. This is not real hair. If I give it the same nutrients and all the stuff that my real hair would need, I wouldn't, it wouldn't give me the same results. So as you can see, I'm wrapping it up tonight. I'm wrapping up my hair, covering up my real hair with a silk scarf. But this is like, I should know better, because the first time I did this, I braided all of my hair up. And this is actually for, but I wanted it to like, I'm actually leaving out early in the morning, so that's why I'm probably not braiding up all of my hair, but I should. When you have this hair, braid up all the hair. You don't have to braid it in tiny braids, but just like, you can do it in tiny, huge chunks, and you should be ready. Like, huge chunks of hair. So this is me the very next day, and this is what my hair looks like in the front. This was another day I did it, so yeah, you can see the versatile styles I did with it, and the different types of like twist ups and braids up. I really love this style, and it's my favorite. I hope you enjoyed watching this process with me. I will do another update on this hairstyle soon. So like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more. Thank you.